Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome to the show with your host, me, Arifin, and my partner for today, NASHRULHAKIM. Hello, Nasrul, and how are you doing? So, you look awesome today.
Thanks, Arifin. Hey, look on you. So, do you right? So, Arifin, for our show, today we have a hot topic that we would like to discuss.
So you're right, Nasrul. The topic that we would like to discuss is quite trending and hot. It's not about white people versus black people. No, just kidding. So, you want to say the topic for today, Nasrul?
Sure then. Our topic for today is future planning after graduation.
Yeah, Nasrul. Just like you said just now, this topic quite hot and trending. So, well, without waste our time, so let's invite our guest, Nasrul.
Let's give a big applause for our guests and please welcome Mr. IZZAT and Mr.
DZULFADZLI. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. IZZAT.
Yes.
And hello, Mr. DZULFADZLI.
Yes.
So, before we start, Nasrul, why not we get acquainted with our panel? Yeah, Nasrul?
Yes, Arifin, I agree with that.
So, on my right side, Mr. DZULFADZLI, which is, as we know, is a young, fresh graduate in Islamic banking, Islamic finance, and right now already has got a job as a finance official in one of the most famous bank in Malaysia. So, Mr. DZULFADZLI, how are you doing? And thank you because for willing to attend to our show and willing to share and discuss about the topic for today, which is that a future planning
After graduation.
after graduation.
Yes. I am fine, thank you. Yeah, sure. And it's not become this plan for us here.
Okay, Nasrul, could you introduce for our next panels for today?
Sure. Sit on my side. Mr. IZZAT, which is alumni of degree in Islamic banking holder in Sultan Idris Education University.
Right.
And right now continue his study in master level, which is Master of Banking Management. How are you doing, Mr. IZZAT? Thanks again for come here to be our guest for today.
I'm very well, and sure, thank you everyone, and for inviting me to the show. I'm very pleasure.
Yeah.
So, Arifin, our topic that we want to discuss is future planning after graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, right, Arifin?
Yeah, Nasrul, tell me about it. But before we go and discuss deeper about the topic, I would like to share what is actually future planning after graduation. So, based on the Cambridge University, Cambridge Dictionary, English Dictionary, the meaning future is actually meaning it's tell what will happen to someone or something in the time that is to come. Okay, then the meaning for planning words, what did I got from the Wikipedia, is bring the process of thinking about and organizing the activities required to achieve a desired goal. And the last word is after graduation, which is a person who has finished their school, college, or university education.
Wow, good explanation, Arifin. Okay, let's move to our first question, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
My first question I want to ask to Mr. IZZAT.
Oh,
Okay, right now you as post-graduation student in Sultan Idris Education University. Do you
Yes.
think it is important and does it particular to have our own planning for future after graduation? What do you think?
thanks to the Mr. Moderator Muhammad Nashrul for address me
Welcome.
to the question to me, for address that question to me. By the way, in my opinion, definitely, indeed, it is important to planning our future This is because it can motivate us. By motivation, it will give, it will improve our study, and also definitely it will improve our result too. Planning our education. Planning is not about education only. It also about after planning our education, by where we want to work, what we want to do, what our main target. This is main target. Because all people want a great car, a great job, and
Great house.
and definitely a great wife. Yes, wife. She is important. Even she is terrible and not good. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, what a complete statement from our postgraduate, Mr. What a complete statement from our postgraduate student in banking management, holder, Mr. IZZAT. Thanks so much. So, turn our young fresh graduator, Mr. ZULFADZLI. My question is quite same like Mr. Nasrul gave to the Mr. IZZAT. But right now you are already in the working industry, right? So, of course, the main purpose that we having the study is to get a good job that's suitable for our certificate, right? So, my question is, should we have our own planning after graduation, and why we should have plan on it? So that means why we should have a planning after graduation.
Yeah, thank you for Mr. Arifin for the question. For the question, I think the first plan that I plan after graduation is to get a job. I'm not denying that study is more important than get a better job, but first we must get a job to get a early earning potential. Of course, the main purpose for the early earning potential is for we support our family, we support ourselves, and the volunteer we must to pay our study loan, and for the any required student. And the second is we need to get the experience and the skill from any job that we get. Why I say this is today's job is require many experience at the job that we have get before we get a better job. Many manager want several year of do anything job before we demand a better job. Yes, you can do a study for a future, or you can get a better job. But for me, to get a job is the most important.
For this kind of, this generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially for this modern
Economy.
era.
Yeah.
Economy era.
I'm quite speechless actually when I listen to Mr. IZZAT with his explanation, answer about the future planning after graduation. By the way, we're still in the hot topic, and we want to address a lot of questions to our both panel today. But we're going to have a short break, just for a second, and we will right back after the commercial in the show. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, here we are again, and thank you for staying with us in the show. So, before we take a break, we have discussed about the importance of a future planning after graduation. And does it particular to all graduates? Then, both of our guests give their own assumption about it. So, now, for our next session, before that, Nasrul, maybe is related to our second session with our owner guest, Mr. IZZAT and Mr. ZULFADZLI. I wanted to read an article headline that I found in BBC.com. It sounds like this. What do you do with 1 million extra graduates? Okay, this article was posted in July 2014. In this article, he said, idling graduates in China this month a record about 7.26 million will graduate from the country university. So, more than 7 times the number of 15 years ago. Is it because they don't have a planning for future? So my question is, what will happen to all fresh graduates if they didn't plan wisely for future before their graduation? We can have an answer from Mr. ZULFADZLI first. So, Mr. ZULFADZLI, how's about your point of view about my statement just now, which is what will happen to a student if they didn't have wise planning after graduation? So,
Yeah, I have read about the article that you had read just now that you picked from the BBC.com. From my point of view, many students now, or fresh graduate, they not get a specific job or better job required their certificate, because first that I see now they do not have a very good concern when they have a chance at their internship. When internship, they have thought that it was something from their assignment only, but this is a huge mistake from KAMAL student now. We must know that manager will take a good point of view at many students that their company when they get a internship chance. So now the student, I advise, please do a good hard work and please do a good manner and voices and show your talent when you do internship. Well, yes, nowadays is a huge market competitor from any graduate that every year that we have a same fresh graduate like us. So if we don't show our good hard work at internship, so we cannot get a better job for us.
Quite interesting explanation from our first panel, Mr. ZULFADZLI. So I pleased to hear from Mr. IZZAT. How about you? Do you have your own theory about what will happen to the old fresh graduate if they didn't planning properly for their future before their graduation? Could you share with us and people out there?
Okay, thanks for the second question. To me, if people don't plan their future wisely, what they got is they will not get their own target. Like for example, for me, in my internship, in my study, my result is not good as other students, my friends is very good, and other university, I'm just university because Idris not in education. Yes, like student in they are more high level. Yes, and I brought a data about an unemployment. This is the data of unemployment. They show from 1993 until 2016. Right, you see, the more
I can see that
increase, they be rose from year to year, and Mr. ZULFADZLI is lucky got the job in the industry. Yes, surely if they don't planning the education wisely, they doesn't get their main target. That's I said just now about great wife, about the great car, about great job, great house, right? For example, you look at professional football player Robert Van Persie. He moved from Arsenal to Manchester United. What he got? What he won? Only a trophy. If he stay, he doesn't get the trophy. Surely. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
What a tip-top explanation from the post-graduation student in banking management holder, Mr. IZZAT. So, by the way, Nasrul, it look like time very envy with us. So I thought we still have a lot of time, but I was wrong. Only left a few minutes, only that's to stay. So before we end our talk show, we would like to hear last a few words from both of our panels. Right, Nasrul?
Exactly, Arifin. Let's start with Mr. ZULFADZLI. Anything last word you want to say before we end this hot topic?
I don't intend to talk more because we envy time. To me, I hope all students, they should have their own planning for their future so they can take care of their future well and success.
Mm-hmm. So, how's about you, Mr. IZZAT?
Yes.
Any last a few words from you?
My last word is, the real world out there is not easy as our imagination. It is full challenge. So plan your future with pleasure and carefully. I'm very envy with Mr. ZULFADZLI. He got the job
Yes, thank you.
at industry. It's very difficult. This industry is quiet. Talk.
I am very honorable.
Yes. Thank you. That's for me. That's all for me. Thank you.
Looks like we have in the end of the program, yeah, Arifin?
Yeah. So, yep, Nasrul. So, once again, to both our panel, Mr. ZULFADZLI, Mr. IZZAT, hopefully, all of the discussion that we are discussed can provide everyone, especially undergraduate students, to exposure how important it's of the future planning of the graduation. So, thank you and see you again. I am Arifin.
And I am NASHRULHAKIM.
And this is the show.